This episode of Total Drama Reviews contains clips from Total Drama Island. I do not own Total Drama Island. All rights go to FreshTV. Remember to be civil and do not be me in the comments. Seriously, it can get really messed up. Carpe diem, my name is Ultranatic, and welcome back to Total Drama Reviews. This is where I, as a lover of animation and reality shows, look over the show and combine them together the best. And this is the final episode of Total Drama Island, the thinly titled, not now, the last episode really. It all comes down to the final two campers, Owen and Gwen. One is a sour, glum, but occasionally snarky fan favorite, for inexplicable reasons, while the other is a loud, optimistic, gleefully obvious pick to win, for very explicable reasons. But does that mean the finale will be predictable, or have a few twists and turns? Well, let's find out. This is the official season finale later. The last episode, really. So we open with a flashback filled with epic moments that have happened all throughout the season.
We asked our finalists to record their thoughts in our confessional booth before going into the final round.
Or the exact same frickin' thing we've seen in the last couple episodes. Listen, I'm not anti-confessional, far from it. Confessionals are some of the funniest highlights in some episodes of reality TV shows.
Hey, Boogie, did you win POV today?
Nah. I won a trip to Aruba for 2 and a plasma television. Did you win POV?
No, I won $5,000.
But when you use the same intro over and over again, it gets old. Quick. But to be fair, this one is a little funnier, as Owen and Gwen give completely contrasting confessionals.
I had a wicked time! It was awesome!
What was it like being here for 8 weeks? It sucked, that's what.
You think it's easy?
And Chef for some reason, because his opinion is the one we cared about. But yeah, Owen's opinions are overall positive,
And the people were just awesome!
while Gwen's are completely negative.
The food was disgusting.
Again, it's been like that since the beginning, nothing's changed about her.
Okay, so far this sucks.
I mean, I get it, her character especially is supposed to hate this experience more than the wisdom teeth removal, and it's not like she dealt with the nicest people half the time.
The people here sucked. They were nothing but a bunch of backstabbing, manipulative, two-timing, fame-hungry, dim-witted, certifiably insane, really weird, psychotic, redneck, overbearing, goody-goody, know-it-all, party-obsessed jerks.
Holy cow, Clark Griswold didn't give that many insults. Though when he did, at least they were consistent. Yeah, am I the only one who finds a handful of her insults unwarranted? I mean, most of them make sense, like Izzy being insane and Noah being a know-it-all. But for instance, did Gwen ever have an interaction with the overbearing Eva? If not, then why would she have hard feelings against her? Also, Trent and Jeff? I know you didn't like them for reasons, most of which don't make sense. But didn't you forgive Trent after his elimination? And didn't you form a friendship with Jeff before his elimination? And now you're saying you hate them again for no reason? Now it all makes sense. Okay, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Total Drama All-Stars, but you know how Gwen gets put on the villains team in that season? You might be wondering the reason why, considering how much of a fan favorite she is. Many would point to her actions in Total Drama Action, or Total Drama World Tour for that. But no, you can go all the way back to the first season for that. Because this scene shows what I've suspected about Gwen all along. She's a joke turd. Okay, it sounds like a lame insult, but it's honestly my nicey nice way of calling somebody a fake piece of shit. Yeah, I just called Gwen that hit me. I mean, how else do you explain what this is? She hates 2 guys who she supposedly grew close with on this show. I mean, she verbally says to other people that she liked them.
Girl, you've got to put Trent out of your head. I just miss him so much already.
But in the confessional, in private, she calls them jerks. Plus, she kept going back and forth about forgiving Trent for leaving her buried alive.
I trusted Trent once. He left me buried alive on the beach.
I'll bet you 2 nights dessert that the poem was for me. Don't talk to me.
Are you still mad about the whole burying you alive thing?
Yeah.
You can't make up your mind.
And she very abruptly hated Jeff for reasons that applied better to Owen. Someone she spent 200% more time with than Jeff.
And if he says dude or cool or eats with his mouth open one more time, I think I'm gonna seriously damage him.
Is there someone special you'll be showering for?
Why would I need to shower? We're in the wild.
Never mind.
I'm not demanding you like these people, but I am demanding your opinions on them be legit. And furthermore, I don't see a single insult about Cody in there, the guy who sniffed your hair and wanted to pawn your underwear off you.
Oh, right. Asking too much.
I mean, yeah, he got better, but those two things are worse than anything Jeff did to you, at least. Any explanation for that?
I was lucky enough to meet 5 people who are actually sane.
Are you sure that Izzy's the certifiably insane one? Yeah, that's possible.
Now it's time to welcome the 20 campers who did not make it to the finals.
I thought we'd just be bringing back the jury, but okay.
Woohoo! Good to see ya!
Wait, she hates Trent and yet she blushes when he walks by. You know, I'm really sorry for calling you a joke turd, Gwen, because my second assumption was right. You're crazier than Izzy, crazier than the average Looney Tune, crazier than all the Batman villains combined.
Kindly take a seat in the peanut gallery of failure. The side you choose should represent who you would like to cheer on to victory in today's final competition.
Competition? Hold up. Then what was all that build-up for the freaking jury then?
Congratulations for reaching the halfway mark in the competition. You'll all be on the jury for the final episode.
Who do you guys want to win if you could vote right now?
The side you choose should represent who you would like to cheer on to victory in today's final competition.
So there is no jury, these people are just here for moral support? Well, then why did you constantly build that up? Dang right it is. That's the most misleading statement since the fake merge from Survivor Thailand.
I never would have expected our merge to have gone as smoothly as it has.
You said merge.
Yes.
I certainly didn't say anything to give you that impression, did I?
Nice rug.
You like? I just put black spray paint on those ugly wigs from Phobia Factor. Lord knows something about you had to come from it.
Gwen is going down.
Wait, so the eliminated contestants get confessionals now? I mean, they could do that in other reality shows as well, but usually in a context outside of the game. Or at the very least in a different location than the usual porta potty. But I digress. What's Heather scheming this time?
Good luck today. Love, Trent. It's amazing how easy it is to tamper with baked goods. Fast acting for strong, reliable relief. Sucker.
And her eliminated derriere had the opportunity to come back to camp when now? I mean, Survivor, people from Ponderosa didn't just waltz back into camp, they had to stay away. And furthermore, how'd she get her hands on a laxative of all things? Is there just a CVS behind the Playa de Losers? We're using that this late in the season, huh? Okay.
This is your chance to tell the peanut gallery of failure what you would do with the money if you won.
Well, I'm always good for my word, and I did promise to split my $100 grand with Owen. But that would still leave me a ton of cash. I guess I go traveling and then to university to study art history.
Wow, that's really sweet. Boring, but sweet.
I'd throw the biggest, hugest, sickest party ever and invite everyone here. Oh yeah!
I'd call that a kiss-up if anyone other than Owen or Jeff said that. This causes half of Gwen's supporters to flip.
At least not all of you are total sellouts.
Oh, and I forgot. It'll be on a yacht.
I got nothing, that was just funny. This leaves on Gwen's side her best friend Lashana, her kinda sorta boyfriend Trent, reformed pervert Cody, and Eva. Actually, that's my biggest question. Why is Eva supporting Gwen? It's not a complaint or anything, just a legit mystery I want to solve. Again, these two have never had an interaction, and even with the promise of a yacht party, Eva stays where she is? Is it because Eva sees that Gwen's the only person with an attitude worse than hers, which she respects? Because that's the best assumption I can make.
It's time for the final challenge, the rejected Olympic relay race. Each of the 3 parts was pitched to the committee, but sadly rejected as an Olympic sport. First, each of you has to put on one of these.
I think it's clear why this event wasn't accepted.
Because it's directly ripping off your very first challenge. This reality show is cheaper than Mr. Krabs' business tactics. So their challenges are to go up a flagpole and grab a flag, then go across a gorge over a wooden beam with an eagle's egg or risk falling in the shark-infested waters, and finally a long distance run to the finish line.
On your marks, get set, Yo!
So it's a race to course 1 with support from both sides, especially for Gwen from Trent, who I guess is overcompensating for the events of Search and Do Not Destroy, because he's fighting over Gwen more than even Cody does. Again, this guy. It's a toss-up between this scene and LaShawn throwing Heather off a cliff over which one I will not let go more.
You know, just because you're rooting for me doesn't mean I have to like you.
I thought you were over the whole me kissing Heather thing.
I didn't say I wanted to go out with you anymore. Ugh, why is my flagpole so slippery?
You know, in my last review, I mentioned that the subtitle for this show was The World According to Heather?
When I win, I'm thinking of my own spin-off series, The World According to Heather.
That is literally the subtitle of this reality show. I meant it as an exaggeration, but apparently it wasn't, because Heather has more control over this game than Chris does. This is the second time this episode that she's stuck in the camp early with a baking ingredient to mess with Gwen. Again, production did nothing to stop her. In one of your earliest episodes, she broke a canoe, and your latest episode, she threatened to sue you. You're more lenient than Megan Parker's teacher.
I'll be in the teacher's lounge if you need me. Don't need me.
But Trent takes his shirt off, which of course gets her attention, as the rest of the cast helps Owen up. Only he seems to be in trouble as there's no way to get down.
How do I get down?
Slide like a fireman, dude!
It burns! Oh, it burns! Oh, crap! That's bad! I have conquered Mount Pole!
But Weird Goth Girl is getting ahead. Get your lazy butt in gear now, Owen, now!
Okay, new intern. I know it's weird that you're starting on our last show, but all of the other interns died already. All you have to do is test out this final challenge and make sure it's moderately safe. Don't look down, dude!
Check! I'm looking down!
Well, that looks safe enough.
Wow. I gotta break this scene down piece by piece. So yeah, we have an intern in the last episode being shown. Not that it's the first time interns have been mentioned in testing how safe the challenges are.
I heard that these shows always make the interns do the stunt first to make sure it's survivable.
We need to test the stunts first.
Do I look like an intern?
But based on this clip, they literally have this stunt tested right before it's being done. I've seen better timing from Jonathan Bennett.
Don't talk about punching me in the throat. No, that's not cool. We get serious talking about punching me in the throat? Like, come on. Yeah, you might want to come back.
Second, I remember this little contest from 10 years ago. Total Drama Island had this site called Totally Interactive, where you could play games based on the challenges and see the campers just walking around. You could even customize your own avatar. Apparently the winner of something or other got their avatar to make a cameo in this episode as that intern. One for the Canadian version and one for the American. And their cameo is... Die.
Well, that looks safe enough.
If I was the person who designed those characters, I'd feel kinda gypped. And by kinda, I mean intensely. And third... Yeah, I've been using the casualty counter for only life-threatening injuries to the 22 contestants and then christened chefs should they happen. This is an exception.
Well, that looks safe enough.
Rest in peace, nameless cameos. No respect for the unrespected dead. Meanwhile, Trent continues to pester Gwen.
Why don't you go cheer for Owen? I know you want to go to his party.
Yeah? And I'm thinking of bringing you.
Quick poll. Who has truly said the stupidest things in Total Drama Island, Jeff or Trent? Now yes, Jeff has said some truly dumb things to his girlfriend Bridget.
Wow, you pitch a tent like a god.
I hope you think of me whenever you drop loose change into this.
You look good when you're cooking dinner. Kinda like my friend Evan's really hot mom.
Excuse me?
But that's the joke. But Trent has said multiple dumb things to Gwen that I've never seen anybody mention.
Take that, you makeup-wearing freak! You know, you're totally the last person here I'd leave buried in the sand if I had a choice.
Why don't you go cheer for Owen? I know you want to go to his party.
Yeah? And I'm thinking of bringing you.
Idiot! I thought you were rooting for her to win! You can't bring her to the party if she wins because she'd win! I mean, okay, she's splitting her winnings with Owen so there'll be a huge party anyways, but Gwen implied he'd want to go to Owen's party if he won. Wouldn't it have been smarter to mention how much he wants Gwen to win instead? Instead, what was supposed to be a sly comment compliment sounds more like, even if you lose, I still get something out of this. I hate to say this, but I get why some people liked Edward and Bella. What did anybody see in you two again? They make it to the gorge with the eagle's eggs, and the second course commences. Gwen nearly falls from her beam, which leads to a semi-dramatic moment. Only semi, because I kinda doubt they kill Gwen off in this episode. I mean, really doubt. But Heather again tries to throw Gwen off her game in a funny yet ill-conceived plan.
You can do it, Gwen! You're the most awesome girl I've ever met! I think I love...
Okay, I so can't deal with distractions right now, Trent!
Then you're gonna hate this!
Wow.
So beautiful.
Yeah, as funny as this is, did you think Owen would just not notice Justin's 16-packed abs there?
Ignore the incredibly hot man candy and keep walking.
So that distraction was pointless, though it's also funny how Trent isn't mad at Gwen for staring at another guy for so long. Oh my king, other guys are staring at Justin. He'd have no reason to be mad at this.
The women want him and the men want him. Want to be him. The men want to be him, I mean.
They make it to the air side, and Trent again pesters Gwen. You know, I didn't think the quote-unquote cool guy of this season could be associated with the word pester.
I'm glad you didn't die back there.
Gee, thanks.
Incredible, that was another dumb thing said by Trent, another nothing reaction from Gwen. And it gets a laugh! You finally made this combination work! Congratulations! I give you an award, except this happened on episode 26 now. I'd like you doing these jokes earlier, just saying.
Oh, I almost forgot. Thanks for the cupcake.
What cupcake?
The one you left for me.
I didn't leave you a cupcake. Was it good?
I don't know. I didn't eat it.
Oh no! Quick! Where's the bathroom out here?
What a twist!
Yep, the laxative-filled cupcake that Heather intended for Gwen got eaten by Owen because of course it did, leading to him clearing his system in the confessional. You know, I thought the whole outhouse used for confessions thing was dumb, but now it's actually got some good build-up. And my guess is people will still have to use that. The confessional, not the outhouse. No one's using that again.
What is going on here?
Morning, fellow finalists.
Why are we getting this flashback? We could figure this out on our own. Are we still under the impression this show needs to spell things out like a Scrabble board? Meanwhile, Gwen says thank you next to Trent.
So just to clarify, you're not mad at me anymore?
No.
But you don't trust me either.
Right again.
Is there anything I could do to make it up to you?
Nope. Nothing comes to mind. What are you doing?
Proving my feelings for you.
By carrying a boulder?
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. A rock.
It's not easy, you know. A guy would have to really be in love to do this, don't you think?
Or just really stupid.
Replace the word or with and yeah, totally agree. Both apply to Trent. Meanwhile, back at the finish line, they see that Gwen is in the lead. But no worries, Izzy has a bright idea. I'm not even sure if I'm being sarcastic here, so let's just hear what it is.
Wait, I have a plan. Has anyone seen a really big electric fan here?
Sure, got one in my trailer.
Get it, and meet me back here. Run!
I don't think Chris would just lend his stuff away, or okay. But Owen is now out of the outhouse as well as the running.
Hey, don't give up. I think you're getting through to her, dude.
Actually, on a positive note, it is a touching gesture seeing Trent run this race with that heavy load. Oh, and the boulder too. But Izzy comes through with a tray of brownies.
Lindsay, the fan! Now! Ah! My wig! Can't you freaks do anything right? Ooh, that's it. I've had about enough of that girl.
LaShawna, you and Heather are meant for each other. Because Heather didn't ever get rid of LaShawna despite everything she did for revenge. And LaShawna usually only got back at Heather for the small things she did, not the big ones. I mean, Heather has repeatedly sabotaged Gwen's game in this episode, but the tipping point for LaShawna was just her calling them freaks. And seeing how that insult was directed at Izzy and Lindsay, I'm not sure why she's enraged like that, no offense to those two queens. I think she could easily break out of that, unless she's secretly one of the aliens from Signs and her greatest weaknesses would.
Wait, is that brownies?
So yes, officially Owen wins Total Drama Island. I know, I can't believe it either. And it also looks like Gwen and Trent finally make up.
I'll look at it this way. It's gonna be one heck of a party.
Aren't you forgetting something? Ah! Put me down!
Say you'll go out with me.
Okay, I'll go out with you!
Actually, believe it or not, I like this scene. There's something about this relationship and how it was built up in this episode alone that makes it feel warranted, despite everything that happened before. And I do mean everything. So Owen is awarded the final marshmallow, which he gladly accepts. And before we close the curtains on this show, they have some unfinished business.
No, guys! My hair! Dude!
Not sure when any of that was planned, but still a fun ending. Though there is no way in Dante's 7 levels of hell they get away with that with Jeff Probst.
Please. We all know who's the prettiest.
And look, Gwen and Heather even come to a slight resolution.
Oh, come on. You've got to be a little bit happy to see him get dunked.
Yeah.
I suppose Chris is an enemy to both of them, so this works. And they all live happily ever after. I couldn't resist. Yeah, there's something extra to this episode. An alternate ending. You see, depending on which country you were in, you got one of two endings. One where Owen wins and one where Gwen wins. I personally had Owen win, but let's see how much is different with Gwen winning. Well, it's all the same up to Owen running to the brownies.
Come on, you can still win this.
It's over, okay? I was just not meant to win this.
It is not over. Get up.
Why do you even care?
Because I believe in you, that's why. Look, go out with me, don't go out with me, whatever. But don't lose this thing because you're mad.
Wow, that was actually a very supportive and endearing moment. Trent finally tells his love interest to stop sulking and try to win for once. Something I've wanted Gwen to do since she set foot on the dock of shame. But what use is it when Owen has the lead? Well...
No! The finish line's over here! Gwen's the winner! Gwen's the winner!
Yup, he misses the finish line and goes for the sweets. And I officially declare the Owen ending better because that is literally a ripoff of Are We There Yeti? The only difference being what baked good he was running for.
No! Dude! We were so close!
Guys, you can at least make the ending more original or put a pleasant spin on it. And that's all you could come up with. What a load. But yeah, because of this, Gwen beats him and wins herself.
So there won't be a party?
Yes, there will be, Owen. Gwen agreed to give you half, so there'll still be a major party going. Unless a $50,000 yacht party isn't good enough for you. But this time, Gwen is given the final marshmallow and does promise a party with even her own money.
After I pay for my tuition, there might be enough left over for a rockin' party and everyone's invited. Everyone except Heather.
Okay, at least some part of her is still in character. Can we go out of character for once? They again end with Gwen agreeing to go out with Trent and Chris getting thrown in the lake, and we still get our happily ever after. So that was the last episode, really. I kinda liked it. Okay, it's not perfect, it still has some stupid unexplained moments in it, and especially some instances of characters just being stupid, but most of the signature characters get a good moment in the spotlight, and some much needed resolutions do occur. And heck, the ending itself is satisfying enough, despite neither of the final two being my favorite characters, but they're the characters that needed to win. They're both at least written to be the hero, one going through more misery and the other one floating above the misery, and even though I prefer Owen's ending, Gwen's ending still has its strong points. So as the last episode of an incredible, ridiculous, and inconsistent show, it gets a solid thumbs up from me. Done! I did it! I actually did it! I reviewed every episode of Total Drama Island! Oh, right. Then that showed up. Wow. Marathon, not a sprint. Okay. Join me next week when I talk about the second season finale? What?
Good night, but not goodbye.